So, good morning, my dear father, brothers, and sisters. So, today we are entering into the class 12 of our foundational Hebrew. Let us begin with the text from Genesis 22. So, this is the text we are going to read today, and we'll listen to the original native reader, how the person reads. We'll play the audio. It will be very fast, but you try to we begin from here. Look at the screen. So we begin from, here. Let me activate. So we begin from here. Vayao. Okay, from 9 to 14. So the context is now Abraham is going to sacrifice his son, and when they arrive at the place, what happens? So that is the situation, and we will. And good. So here we go. Let's listen to the native reading.
ויבואו אל המקום אשר אמר לו האלוהים, ויבן שם אברהם את המזבח, ויערוך את העצים, ויעקוד את יצחק בנו, וישם אותו על המזבח ממעל לעצים. וישלח אברהם את ידו, ויקח את המאכלת לשחוט את בנו. ויקרא אליו מלאך אדוני מן השמיים, ויאמר, אברהם, אברהם, ויאמר, הנני. ויאמר, אל תשלח ידך אל הנער, ואל תעש לו מאומה, כי עתה ידעתי, כי ירא אלוהים אתה, ולא חסכת את בנך, את יחידך ממני. ויישא אברהם את עיניו, וירא והנה איל אחר נאחז בסבך בקרניו. וילך אברהם, ויקח את האיל, ויעלהו לעולה תחת בנו. ויקרא אברהם שם המקום ההוא, אדוני יראה, אשר יאמר היום, בהר אדוני יראה.
Good. Very good.
No chance.
So, okay, maybe you can take this file and we can slow down and we'll listen to once again. Then I will read for you.
Father, one moment, Father.
Yes,
that
sir.
14th verse, is it what Abraham is saying to the son?
No, this is the last one. Vayikra Abraham Shem. Abraham called this place Hahu Adonai. Means this is Yahweh Yireh.
Okay.
Towards the end.
Okay, Father. Thank you, Father.
Okay, maybe we'll see in English.
Okay.
So this is Vayavo, that they came to the place which the Lord spoke to him. Vayiben Shem. So he built the altar there. So like that. So it's the scene happens on the Mount Moriah. Okay. Once again.
ויבואו אל המקום אשר אמר לו האלוהים, ויבן שם אברהם את המזבח, ויערוך את העצים, ויעקוד את יצחק בנו, וישם אותו על המזבח ממעל לעצים. וישלח אברהם את ידו, ויקח את המאכלת לשחוט את בנו. ויקרא אליו מלאך אדוני מן השמיים, ויאמר, אברהם, אברהם, ויאמר, הנני. ויאמר, אל תשלח ידך אל הנער, ואל תעש לו מאומה, כי עתה ידעתי, ולא חסכת את בנך, את יחידך ממני. ויישא אברהם את עיניו, וירא והנה איל אחר נאחז בסבך בקרניו. וילך אברהם, ויקח את האיל, ויעלהו לעולה תחת בנו. ויקרא אברהם שם המקום ההוא, אדוני יראה, אשר יאמר היום בהר אדוני. אדוני יראה.
Good. Very good. So how does the native sound feels like?
It's like, I mean, some chanting the prayer or something like that.
Okay. Good. I will send you the link from where we can get this entire Bible.
Okay.
And you can download the file and you can play back, in the sense you can reduce the speed, tempo.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
if possible we can make it. Okay.
Okay, Father. Thank you, Father.
Yes, it's really fast, Father. No?
Yeah, it's really fast. It's like a synagogue text, synagogue reading. So they keep it this much fast.
But it sounds very like prayerful.
Very prayerful. Yeah, correct. You are correct, ma'am. Good.
Sanskrit slogan. It's like
So something like that's like, and the Hebrew psalms are very lovely. If you can listen to some psalms in YouTube, the original psalm, maybe Psalm 23, Psalm 34, how it sounds in Hebrew, that's really very prayerful it will be. Maybe you can take for your prayer groups also, you can play as a video, because there are always subtitles so people can follow.
yes.
Good. Very good. So now just we'll have a look at these two words and we'll try to see we have only completed 8 lessons. Today we are going to complete the 8th lesson. And with the 8 lessons, we have more or less 80 vocabulary. But with that 80 vocabulary, we can still make sense of the text. So that's how I said Hebrew has very minimum vocabulary. And from that very minimum, very minimum is used in the Hebrew Bible. And if you know the consonant, right, the triconsonant root or the little tricks of that Hebrew vocabulary, we can always make sense. See, let's hear. By yavo wu means here ba. Ba is, we know, coming. So you remember earlier we saw that av ba, my father is coming. So here the construct is here. Okay, let me point out. Here ba, we know, ba is and they came. So whenever this u is there in verb, it is always third person masculine plural. So when they came or and they came, yel, we know, two. Yel means two or towards. Makom is place. Ha, we know, ham makom, the place. Asher, we know, relative pronoun. Amar, we know, he spoke. Lo, we know, the last lesson, that is the relative pronoun. We have seen this ending, lo. So lo is him, to him. So here, and they came to the place which Ha Elohim, which God told him or which God said to him. Then why Yivain? Today we are going to see this verb. Bana means to construct or to build. Why Yabain? Sham. We know Sham means there. Like Hanna'ar Sham. Hazakain Sham. So he built there. Who built there? Abraham. Abraham built there. What did he build? Yeth, object marker. Ha Mitzpeah. Mitzpeah means altar. This will be in the next lesson. Then va ya arok, and he arranged. This is new to us. Yet, object marker. Yet seem, we know the other day, yet means wood or trees. So Abraham arranged the woods or the trees. Va ya akod, and he tied. So this is a new word, but from the context we can make sense. Yet, Yitzhak, object marker, and Isaac. He bound Isaac. Beno, we know Ben means son. This with a suffix, it has a him ending. For example, look at here, lo. This is masculine singular. He also masculine singular. So his son to him. So wherever that o is there, actually it is he or him. Then va ya shem, and he placed oto. We saw the other day. Placed him al. We know on or upon. Ham mitzpeah, on the altar. Mim ma'al la etzim. Mima, above the woods, above the trees. Le Eitsim, La Eitsim, we know aids from the last lesson's vocabulary. So just we have seen one words from 22, and here almost 40 to 50% of the words are familiar to us. And the other words still we can make sense of from the context. So that way, if you know very little and if you are constantly reading it, and it's slowly we will get it. We'll go one more, then we'll go to the lesson. Look at verse 10. Why Ishlach? You remember from last one, Sholeach. Sholeach means to send. So here, Abraham Sholeach. Abraham sent. What did he send? Yet Yado means how beautifully in English we translate is like Abraham took his hand or took the knife and tried to cut. But in original Hebrew, how it renders very beautifully, Abraham sent his hand. So that's how it was like Abraham sends his hand. That is Abraham. Vayishlach yet yado. Yad means hand. Yado, his hand. Vayikach. And he took. Yet ha ma achelet. That is a sword. Lish hot. To kill Yet Beno, his son, or to reach or to hit his son. So this Yet we know, Beno you know, and Yet again object marker, Sholeya we know. So from these two words we have just read 9 and 10, and about 40 to 45% of words we are familiar, and we can still make sense. And at random, suppose you take 11, Vayikra, Kara we know, to call, and Malak, messenger or angel, Adonai, angel of God. Min, we know, min means from. Hashamayim, from the heavens. Vayomer, and he said, Abraham, Vayomer, and he said, Hineni, behold, I am. So it goes like that. So Genesis 22 is very, very preliminary text, very classical text, but the classical Hebrew is found in Genesis 22 and Judges 14 to 16. That's a Samson narrative. So these texts are very classical texts, Hebrew texts, and they're very beautiful to read and follow, especially here, this expression, Abraham sent his hand. Good. So that's just to give an introduction to how we can go about after the classes.
After, Father?
Yes, Kumar.
Object suffix pronoun with the preposition as well as the possession suffix pronouns, are they share the same form?
Means except for two places, otherwise they are same. I will give you the list. But there are only two types of suffixes. One for pronouns which we have seen, and another one, suppose we have to say is possessive, like my house, my son. So that's little only one first person it changes, otherwise it remains the same.
Because as you pronounce here, him and is the same, right?
Yes, correct.
This context. So when it's only based on the context, we have to
only
make
based
it
on the context, correct?
whether his or him.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Good. Very good. Super. Okay. Now I stop the screen here. Then we go to lesson. So the other day we were in lesson 11. Just we quickly run through and then we'll come to lesson 12, which is going to be easy. Good. Okay, the other day we concluded with this slide, vocabulary. No, we didn't see the vocabulary. Okay, yeah, we concluded with this prepositions with pronominal suffixes. Look at the explanation here. When a personal pronoun is the object of a preposition, it is appended, means added as a suffix directly to the preposition. So here we have li, leha, lah, lo. So here, so this is what we saw, that Abraham came to the place which the Lord told him or said to him. So lo means to him. Then la, to her. Lanu, lakem, laken, lahem, lahen. Here, whenever there is E, it's always first person singular. So from that sound, for example, Beni. Beni means my son. Hinneni, behold, I am. So E is something to do with I. So you can remember easily, this E sound has to do with I. I, there is a dot. So you remember this dot and you remember I. So Li. Then Leha. So Leha, that aha is always to do with the second person singular. Wherever, whether it's in a prepositional suffix or in a pronominal suffix or in a verb, we'll see later also. Katao when we see. So here always there is this aha is always a second person singular, masculine. Then ah, feminine singular. Feminine singular and plural are very rare in the Bible. Hardly people talk to women or hardly people talk to a woman except in a domestic context. Otherwise the communication is not direct. It means even God also, very minimum he talks to women. Only he talks to men always. Maybe that's why the Bible is called a patriarchal book, but it has its own way of dealing with things. Gender issues. Okay, law. Then lo. So whenever this O is there, it is always to do with the third person singular, masculine singular, lo. Then la. So this is common. For example, Abraham said to Sarah or Abraham said to Hagar. So here in those domestic contexts, we see feminine singular, la. So how do we remember this feminine singular? Either with the a sound or with a bindu, that the dot inside. So that's something to do with the feminine we can identify. Then come to the right side, lanu. So nu, think of Immanu, Immanuel, God with us. So us, first person plural. So nu sound always has to do with the first person plural. So this is also true with Dravidian language, even Kannada also, Tamil also, and Malayalam also, that nu has to do with the first person plural. Then lakem, laken. So laken is not there, only for grammar sake we have here. La came. So came and came. This may be confusing, but still it's a cough, it is he. So we won't miss it. So la came is to you, masculine plural. La came, it's not found in the Bible, that's why given in the bracket, but we can use it for grammar's sake. La came means to you. Lahem, to them. Lahen, to them. Feminine plural. So ma sound is for masculine plural. Ma, masculine, mem, you can remember. En, nen, lahen, female. So n is for female, you could remember. So once again we run through li, leha, lah, lo, la, lanu, lakem, laken, lahem, lahen. Once again, li, leha, lah, lo, la, lanu, lakem, laken, lahem, lahen. Good. So we go to the next one. The pronouns as objects of the verb may occur as suffixes on the object marker, like he saw me. So here me is object, but that me is a pronoun. That's why it joins with the object marker. He saw me. Or the king gave me. The king gave me silver. So suppose I say the king, Hammelek, Nathan, Oti, Kesef. So Oti is me in the sense of object, Oti. So these are objects, object pronouns when they are added to the suffixes, how they behave. Yes.
Father, this is only when we use the object marker.
Yes.
Then we have to combine this pronoun.
Sure, Kumar.
Not just using it to combine, he has given to me. That means the me
Yes.
is also combined with the it.
Yes,
Okay.
correct. Yeah, that's object marker. Suppose, for example, gave to David, yet David we say. So gave to me, so we don't say yet me, but sir, oti. So that me becomes a suffix here. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, good, Kumar. Thank you. Okay, so let's understand here first. Yet is the object marker we know. So, but yet changes to oath. Look here. Earlier we saw li. Here again e, oti. Then leha, otha. Then lah, otah. Then lo, oto. Then la, ota. then Otanu. Then here only it changes in masculine plural and feminine plural, second person, it becomes Yethem. But still, Yet is there. So from there we can make sense. Yethem, Yethen, Otam, Otan. Once again, Oti, Otaha, Otah, Oto, Ota, Otanu, Yethem, Yethen, Otam, Otan. Okay. Suppose we say, the king gave us Hammelech, Nathan, Otanu. He gave to us or he gave us. Suppose Mrs. Karen, how would you say, the Lord gave me silver? You try. The Lord gave me silver.
Elohi.
Okay, very good. God.
Nothing.
Nathan.
Nathan.
Okay.
Oti.
Oti.
Kesef.
Silver. Kesef. Very good. So Elohim, Nathan, Oti, Kesef. Okay. Suppose Mr. Terence, how would you say, the prophet gave him silver?
Hanavi,
Very good.
Nathan,
Very good.
Otto,
Otto,
Kesau.
Kesef. Very good. Super. Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Father Jose, the old man gave her silver.
Zaken.
Okay. Zaken.
Zaken gave her Nathan,
Very good.
Ota, Kesef.
Kesef. Very good. Thank you, Father. Good. Now, Kumar, the young man gave us gold.
Hannahar,
Very good.
Nathan,
Very good.
Otanu,
Super.
Zahak.
Sahau. Super. So the young man gave us gold. Okay. Very good. Then, Mrs. Joyce, you would like to try? You can try. The young man gave us book.
The Hannahar,
Kannaar.
Nathan,
Very good. Nathan. Super.
Ota,
Otanu.
Otanu,
Yeah. Book.
Sefer.
Safer. Safer. Very good. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So good. So now if you are able to make sentences, I think then it becomes clear to us. Okay, now you may be getting it, I think. Very good. Now let's go to the next one. That's how do we use them in the sentences.
Excuse me, Father.
Yes.
The lay,
Yeah.
which has been modified as Lee and all, no? So
Yes.
Similarly, the other prepositions also will be
Yeah,
modified.
like B, K, like
K.
we saw the L, B, K. So it will be like me. Suppose he, it will be correct. So in me, B.
Okay.
Good.
Okay,
So this
Father. Thank
only
you.
one sample. Good. Thank you. Okay. So now let's take the example here. Look at the sentences here. Haish noten lanu lehem. Haish, we know here ish is man. Haish, the man. Noten, it's a verbal adjective participle. Noten is giving. Lanu, nu is there. Nu means first person plural. La, two. So the man is giving us lehem, bread, to us. The man is giving to us the bread. Good. Next one. Yen li kesef. So this we saw like yen with followed by la laha. So that one, that preposition and suffix, it becomes to express possessiveness. So here Yen li kesaf. Actually, it literally means there is no to me silver. There is no to me silver means I have no silver. Next one in the affirmative, yes lahem melek. Yes lahem melek. There is to them lahem king. There is to them king means they have a king. Last one, Hammelech, Sholeach, Otam, Yel Ha'ir. So here, Hammelech, Melech is king, Hammelech, the king, Sholeach, participle, Shalach means to send, is sending. Sending what or who? It's an object. So sending them. So yet plus object marker, third person masculine plural becomes Otam. So the king is sending them to the city. Yel to Ha'ir. Ir is city, Ha is definite article. So this is how we make sense of a sentence.
Father,
And here, yes,
One
Kumar.
minute. Why there is an object marker here to indicate what
Where?
yet in the last sentences?
Here us is there now. Like king is sending us.
Okay, since that we can also directly say no, sending us.
Now
Because-
object always takes, for we remember, for any definiteness, object marker is needed.
Okay.
Yet
So king is the
okay, so
object. Who's the object now? Us is object, right?
us is the object, yes.
Okay.
So that us always combines with the object marker.
Okay.
Okay. Suppose we say here, the king is sending the boy. It will be Hammelech, Sholeach, Yet Hanna'ar. So instead of Hanna'ar, we have the suffix here.
Okay.
Are you getting it? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So for any object marker is needed, and object marker is needed also for pronouns, and that's why we have us is a pronoun and we add with object marker.
Okay.
Okay, good. Very good. Good. Now we go to vocabulary and some sentences, and then it will be easy for us. Number one, zone. Zone. It begins with the sade and the aleph is silent. So it is zone. Zone means a collective term for small cattle like sheep and goats. Then bakar. Bakar is collective term for large cattle like bulls, steers, cows. So these two, they're supposed to be their property and their modes of transport. So that way these words become important because they occur often. For example, Abraham and Lot, that in that place, or Abimelech even, or the sacrificing of cattle. In all those places, these two words are common, Son and Bakar. Son refers to the small cattle, Bakar refers to the large cattle.
For that small cattle is only sheep and goats.
Sheep and
They
goats.
are,
They are small, yeah.
yeah, not the size of the cattle, right?
No,
Not
it
the-
depends on
not
the size
num-
of the animal. Size of the animal.
the numbers also.
Yeah, numbers.
It
No.
doesn't depend upon the numbers.
That's the depend of the number. So only of the animals. Small
Animals.
cattle, large cattle.
Okay, thank you for that.
Thank you. And also here it has no plural form. Okay, it's like a cattle. Cattle like furniture. So some words, furniture is a singular word, but it means plural. Furnitures, we don't say furniture, but it includes same way cattle. We don't say cattles because cattle is a collective noun and that stands for plural. Same way, son. There is no plural for this. We don't say sonim. So it's a son. Son is always collective. Then bakar. Bakar is collective term for large cattle.
Father,
Like yes.
there's one more doubt I just supposed to ask last week also. What is the
Okay.
difference between people and peoples? Because
Okay.
people is a collective noun, right?
Correct.
So people, is it related to a certain group of ethnic group, certain generation, peoples? What is the difference between people and peoples?
Okay.
Because there is a word, amin and
Yes. Okay. Means people. People in the sense collectively one group of people. Mim is nations. Peoples in terms of nations, like many nations. For example, in today's first reading, Joshua is renewing his the covenant at Shechem. So he tells that that he addresses the people as people, but he tells when he talks about the idols, you have the idols from other peoples, Ammim, the neighboring peoples. So there it becomes plural. Ammim is nations from other nations, but collectively refers to the people of Israel. So even, for example, people of India, we say people of India, but peoples of the world, in the sense nations of the world. So that way people refers to one group which is homogeneous or has collective common identity. Ammim or peoples refers to the collective individual identity. So Americans, Africans, Indians. So that way put together, it is peoples. Indians alone, it is people.
Okay.
Okay, good. Thank you. Next one, Gamal. Gamal, we can more or less make sense. It's camel. Gamal, the plural is irregular. Gemalim, Gamal. Then Lechem. Lechem is bread. Bethlehem, we have Bethlehem is bread. Then Yored. Yored means to descend, to go down. Yarad. This verb often comes in Judges 14. Judges 14, where Samson often goes down to the Philistine country. So it not only refers to his going down physically, but also going down emotionally and spiritually. So that's a Yared. Here, Yored, Yarad is a perfect form. Then Ashir. Ashir means rich. So in some languages, to be blessed is Ashir. So Ashir means blessed. Blessing has to do with richness. So Ashir means blessing or rich. Then Dal. Dal is poor. So from here only we get the word Dalit. So Dalit is a common word to refer to the people of the oppressed people. But these days we don't use them because we don't disintegrate them. But we need to integrate. But Dal literally means poor. This word comes in the book of Job often. Like he refers to himself as a Dal, and also in the suffering servant, where the particular person who is suffering feels that he is dull. So opposite of rich and dull, Ashir and dull. But it has nothing to do with the caste identity, what we have in India or in other places. So it has nothing to do with the caste, because Bible does not have any casteist sense. Okay. Then Yesh is there is, Yen there is not. So okay, good. Once again, Son, small cattle, Bakar, large cattle, Gamal, camel, Lechem, bread, Yored, descending or going down. Usually it also refers to from Canaan. So geographically Canaan is on the top, Egypt is down. So people going down to Egypt. So which means they not only go down physically, but also they go down means in relationship from God, means they die from the relation. So they were never asked to go down to Egypt, because to go down is always dangerous biblically. Then Ashir, rich, Dal, poor, Yesh, there is, Yen, there is not. Good. We will see some sentences. Then this vocabulary will remain in our minds. Okay. First one, let me try. Then the next we will do. Okay, here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I'll take 1. Then Mrs. Karen will take 2. Then Father Jose will take 3. Then Mr. Kumar will take 4. Okay. Number 1. Yen ish Yoshev al Hakise. Once again. Yen ish Yoshev al Hakise. Okay, let me try one by one. Yen. Yen is a there is not. So predication, existence, predication of existence. There is no. So na is there. So yen, there is no. Ish, noun, man. Yoshev. Yoshev is to sit or to dwell. Here oa, it's a participle. Al, preposition on. Hakise. Ha is definite article. Kisse, throne. So I translate. Yen ish. There is no man, Yoshev, sitting on the throne. Kisse is throne, on the throne. There is no man sitting on the throne. There is no man sitting on the throne. But also we can say dynamically there is no one sitting on the throne, which means the place has no king. That is a meaning that is implied. So literally, there is no man sitting on the throne. Good. Now let's go to number 2. Mrs. Karen, Yesh.
Yesh, Sefer,
Very good.
Sham.
Super.
Yes is there is.
Very good.
Sefer is a noun which is a book.
Super.
Sham is there.
Hmm.
So there is a book there.
Super. There is a book there. Very good. Thank you, ma'am. Father Jose, 3.
Yesh, I'm sorry, En,
Very good.
Shofet,
Hmm.
Yashar,
Hmm.
Bair.
Very good.
En is there is no.
Very good.
Then Shofet. Shofet is judge.
Okay.
Noun. It is noun.
Very good.
Then Yashar. Yashar is
Adjective. Just or
yes, yes. Yashar. Yakar and Yashar. Righteous.
righteous. Very good.
Yes, Yashar. Bair. Bair means ba is this preposition.
Very good, Father.
In, then
Very
ear
good.
is city. So Bair is that definite article is also there. So in
There,
the
okay.
city.
In the city.
So
Very
it should
good.
be like there is no
Hmm.
judge. There is no righteous judge in the
Okay.
city. It would
Very
be.
good. So there is no righteous judge or there is no just judge in the city. So here Father has attributed, like in the sense, adjective and noun is there. Article is attributive, we have said. Also, no article. So that also makes it attributive. So here no article. So there is a judge, just judge. There is no just judge in the city. Very good, Father. Now for Mr. Kumar.
Ham Malakim,
Very good.
Yorodin, Ma Ahar,
May
Ki,
Hahar.
Me Ahar, Ki, En, Lahem, Leham, Lehem, Sham.
Very good.
The definite article
Okay.
with Malakim servants or messengers.
Messengers.
Messengers. Yorodin going down or
Very
descending
good.
down.
So what we saw now, okay.
Ma Ahar, Me Ahar, from the mountain. Me
Okay.
is the preposition and the definite article for the mountain. From the mountain, because
Very good.
there is no lehem to them. It's to them. Lehem is food there. There is no food there. The servants are descending from the mountain because there is no food for them.
Okay. Or they have no food. Then you can just put in the possessive sense also, because they have no bread there. They have no bread there. Or we can say literally, because there is no to them bread there.
They have no bread there. Okay.
They have no bread there. So that's a dynamic meaning. Okay. Good. Very good. So here, lahem, it refers to possession. There is no to them, which means they have no.
They have no bread.
No bread there.
I think this area is a little difficult because we are used to English. We always try to do it in the English way.
I think in English. Yes.
Convert this as a possessive.
Sure.
Have. Yes.
Very good. Okay. Mr. Terence will do number 5 and Mr. Joyce will do 6.
Okay, Father. Okay, Father.
Yeah. Ha Ashirim.
Ha Ashirim. No Thenu. Then
Slowly. Notanim.
Notanim, Lehem, Lat,
La Dalim.
Latalim,
La Dalim.
Latalim, Ha, Hayosh, Hayoshim,
Hayoshim.
Hayoshim, Sham.
Very good. So once again, Ha Ashirim.
Shirim,
Notanim.
Notalim,
Lehem.
Lehem,
La Dalim.
Dalim, okay, Dalim,
Hayoshvim.
Hayoshvin, Sham,
Sham.
there.
Very good.
Okay.
So here we have 3 words from what we saw recently. That is
Today, okay.
Ashir and Lehem. Dal.
Okay. So Ashim is rich.
Very good.
The riches, right, Father?
The rich people are the rich men,
Okay, rich men.
are the rich, simply the
okay.
rich.
The rich, the rich are giving
Very good.
food
Food or bread.
to
Very
the
good.
poor.
Hmm.
Hayoshvim.
Yoshev is to dwell,
Oh, okay. Dwell or
dwelling there, or sitting there.
Sitting there. Okay.
Yeah, sitting there.
Sitting there.
Very good.
Okay. Yoshvim.
Sham. So here it is attributive. The poor, the sitting poor actually. So the sitting poor are the dwelling poor. Because its article is here, article is here. Article, attributive.
Okay.
Very good. Mr. Joyce, number 6.
But it's going to be difficult for me.
No, this is
Ha Anashim,
Ha, Adasim,
Yotsim,
Yo,
Yotsim,
team,
Min,
Min,
Ayir. Very good. Ayir. Va
Wo,
Holahim.
Wo,
Holahim.
sorry, Father, I couldn't get it.
Okay. Va Holahim. El Ha.
L,
Ha. Okay. Good. Ha Anashim. Anashim is men. Ha
Men.
Anashim. The men.
the men,
Yotse means going out. The men are going out. From where? From the city. The men are going out from the city
from
and
the city.
Walking to Holahim, and they are walking to the mountain. They are walking to the mountain. El Har. Very good. Super.
Sorry.
So now we pause for 2 minutes, then we'll continue lesson 12. Lesson 12 is very, very simple. Okay, it's just 2 or 3 slides. Good. We'll take a pause. 9:48. Again, we'll resume at 9:50. Thank you. Very good. We resume. Any doubt with the lesson which we have seen just now? Lesson 7 it was. So today we'll see lesson 8. Share the screen. Good. So this is lesson 8, day 12. So we have just read the text, Genesis 22. Then here, we have two concepts here, learned in lesson 8, demonstrative adjectives and pronouns, the participles, the final he. So there is two more forms or participles. So this is the fourth the exception we are going to see. First one we'll understand demonstrative adjective and pronoun. Let me share my paint. Okay. So here demonstrative adjectives or demonstrative pronoun. So demonstration or mostrare means to show as this or that. Suppose here we have in English, we can say this pen, this is the pen. So if you look at the first one, this pen here, this is a demonstrative adjective because it shows and also it qualifies what pen, this pen, not that pen. So that is to differentiate between this pen and that pen. Suppose I show something and I say, this is the pen, there it becomes demonstrative pronoun. So same word, this can have two functions, demonstrative adjective, this pen, and demonstrative pronoun, this is the pen. And in English, this has a singular form and plural form. Singular and plural. Like we have this boy, these boys. This girl, these girls. Here only we have difference in singular and plural. We don't have difference in gender. So no difference in gender. In Hebrew, sorry, in English, there is no difference in gender. For example, this boy is for boy also we use this, for girl also we use this. But when it comes to singular and plural differentiation, we have this boy, these boys, this girl, these girls. But suppose we have in German or in Italian, so it's different. For example, there it changes according to not only number and also gender. So masculine, feminine. Suppose we have example, questo libro means this book. This book. Questi libri, these books. But it comes to feminine singular, questa casa. Queste case. If you look here, this one, it is masculine singular O, masculine plural E, feminine singular A, feminine singular A. So according to the noun it qualifies, it changes. That is why it is an adjective. As we know from English grammar, adjective is that which concords with the noun in gender and number. So that is a general rule. So here adjective, but what type of adjective? Demonstrative adjective. And this concords with the gender and number of the noun that it qualifies. So libro, masculine singular, so it is questo. Libri, masculine plural, that's why it is questi. Casa, feminine singular, questa. Case, houses, feminine plural, queste. So what's the difference between English and Italian is, in English only there is a change in singular and plural. But in Italian or German, in European languages, or in Greek, even Indo-Greek languages, we have masculine and feminine also. That variation also is there. In the Semitic language, that is in Hebrew, we have this variation: singular, plural, masculine, feminine, like in Italian, like in German, like in Indo-Greek. So this is what we are going to see now. So this is the demonstrative adjective. And suppose I say demonstrative pronoun. Again, English. This, suppose we have plural, these girls. It is demonstrative adjective. These are the girls that came to meet the teacher. These are the girls that came to meet the teacher. Here, these is a demonstrative pronoun. Good. So now we are going to see how this particular demonstrative adjective and demonstrative pronoun functions in Hebrew. We'll understand they are very simple because already we know a few words. Just we'll try to see. I hope the concept is clear. Now let's understand the lexical part of it. Good. Here, demonstrative adjectives, singular and plural. So here, look here. So we have singular, we have plural, we have masculine, feminine, masculine, feminine. So masculine singular, feminine singular, masculine plural, feminine plural. Okay. So first one, masculine singular. So masculine singular. They. They, we have transliterate form also. They means this. Then feminine, zot. They, zot. Plural, yelle, these. So this means, this refers to nearness. This boy, this girl, this pen. And next group is, it refers to that and those. So demonstration means demonstrating what is near and what is far. So ze, zot, yelle. So there is no feminine form in Hebrew Bible, so that's why they don't have yelle. But yelle is means these are the women, but there is no plural is addressed there, so we don't have feminine plural addressed here. So ze, zot, yelle. For example, suppose we say these are the words that the Lord spoke. We say yelle hadwarim, yelle hadwarim, asher amar Adonai. These are the words that the Lord spoke. Yelle hadwarim amar Adonai. This is the word the king spoke. Ze davar asher hammelech amar. The words said are told. Okay, this is a word. Suppose we have here, this is the river. Zot Nahar. This is the city. Zot, we have Ir. So that's how we comment. For feminine singular, we have Zot. And for masculine plural, it is Yelle. There is no feminine plural. Just let's understand. Ze, Zot, Yelle. When we see the sentence, it will be clear. And for the distance, it's very simple. Who, we know already. Who means he means she. But that also can mean who means that, he means that. So who means masculine that, he means feminine that, feminine singular. Who, he. But in vocabulary we have seen who means he means she. Then we have plural, hem. This hem, if you remember the suffixes lahem, lahen. So hem. So you remember the suffix, so you remember hem means those. Then lahen. So added with suffix henna. Henna is those. So hem, those. We'll see the sentences, then it will be clear to you. So here, two forms, singular and plural, masculine, feminine. And nearness, farness. So nearness, so is here this, and what is far is that. Now we'll go to some sentences. And again, since they behave like adjectives, they also have, means they take according to the form. For example, here, look here, ha, ish, ha, ze. Here these words have a usage parallel to that of the adjective. Ha, ish, ha, ze. Here what is added is article, article. So ish, say. So man, this. So when article, article is there, it becomes this man. Suppose we have here ha ish, say, it will become this is the man. We'll come to the next one. So for the timing, let's understand as an adjective. Adjective has attributive function. So that's why we have articles in all places. So in everywhere, if you look here, 1, 2, 3, everywhere article. Here also everywhere article, because attributive, adjective as an attributive has article. So article, article, attributive. Let's look here. Ha ish hazze, this man. Ha isha hadzot, this woman. Ha anashim, ha yelle, these men. Hannashim, ha yelle. Okay, the same word is used here for grammar say. These women. Hannashim, ha yelle. Then ha ish, ha who. Ha who. Who means he, but here it becomes a demonstrative adjective. That man. Ha who. Ha isha, ha he, that woman. Ha anashim, ha him, those men. Hannashim, ha henna, those women. Hannashim, ha henna. So these are adjectives, demonstrative adjectives, and they have articles. Suppose we have predication. Here, the demonstrative stands last in a series of adjectives. That's again, suppose we have two. This good man, how do we say? Haish, hato, hadse. So all have articles. Article, article, article. Haish, hato, hadse. The good woman, this good woman. Haisha, hatova, hadzot. Haisha, hatova, hadzot. So these are adjectival use. Suppose we have here the form without the article has the status of a pronoun, or we can say for the time being, it's not exactly predicative use, but it's a pronoun. This is the man. Look here. Haish, say, or say haish. Here there is no article, so that becomes a pronoun. When there is no article, it becomes a pronoun or it becomes a predication of existence. So ze haish, this is the man. Zot haisha, this is the woman. Yelle hadwarim, these are the words. Yelle hadwarim. So this is not these words. Suppose these words we have to make, how we will make? Ha yelle hadwarim. So if you add ha, it becomes ha yelle hadwarim, these words. But if you remove ha here, it becomes yelle hadwarim, these are the words. Good. So we have seen demonstrative adjective and demonstrative pronoun. Now we will look at the sentences, then it will be clear to you. And before that, just this is what we are going to see, participle, very simple one. I will explain to you, then I will come back here. Let's go to Paint again. Okay. So this is the form we are going to see. Participle, third he. Third he. By third he, we mean here, let us take the brush. Good. So suppose we have here the regular word, hotel. So this is the regular hotel, O-A. But here, so we said this is number 1, consonant, number 2, number 3. So the other day we saw, suppose in the second position, there is a guttural, like zoe. Or suppose in the third position, there is a guttural, sholeach, para. How it will change, we have seen. Now we are going to see here third he, but actually it's not third he. It is a matres lectionis, means mother of learning. So actually here it only it's two. Here bana is a verb. Bana means he built, that is to build. Bana. Here this particular he, it's not a consonant. Okay, it's only a consonant, like behaving like a vowel. For example, here we have lovely. So here we have lovely. So in this particular word, Y is not a consonant, but it behaves like a vowel. That's why we are able to pronounce it. It behaves like a vowel. So lovely, so that E. So here we need to understand, though it looks like a consonant, it has a vowel sound. So this is a different group we are going to see. So how this particular group changes in participle? Very simple. Bone. So look here, instead of a long A, it has a short A. So that itself shows that something is wrong with this participle. Bone, then bona, bonim, bonot. Bonim, he is building. Bona, she is building. Bonim, they are building. Bonot, the women are building. But we need not worry because just look at the ending. No ending is there. Bone, so masculine singular. Bona, feminine singular. Im, masculine plural. Oth, feminine plural. So like same like here. Kotel, no ending. Kotela, we have a. Then kotalot, kotalim, kotalot. Kotalim is masculine plural. Kotalot, feminine plural. So from the ending only we are going to make sense. And again, we are concerned only about passive Hebrew. So we are not going to form Hebrew phrases or sentences. Just it's enough that we identify bone as masculine singular, bona as feminine singular, bonim as masculine plural, and bonoth as feminine plural. Now let's look back to the slide and the sentences, and that will be easier for us. Good. This is what we have here. So as I explained earlier, the final K is mater lectionis. Mater lectionis in the sense mother of reading. It helps us to read. For the final vowel, it's not a third root consonant. So it's not 1, 2. It's not a consonant, but it's a vowel. So literally only there are two consonants here. Okay, let's see here. Bone, bona, bonim, bonoth. And there is in the bracket one more is given. Bonia. In a few places in Hebrew Bible, very rarely it is found. So this is also found, they say, bonia. But again, you identify the ending. So from the ending, we can always make sense. It is feminine singular. Bone, bona, bonim, bonoth. So OA is participle. It has no ending, masculine singular. A ending, feminine singular. Im ending, masculine plural. Oth ending, feminine plural. And that is lesson 8. Very simple lesson, only two concepts. Number 1, we saw demonstrative adjectives, demonstrative pronouns. We explained this with English and Italian. In English, how it changes. In Italian, how it changes. In English, only it changes for singular and plural. But for other European languages, even in Greek, it changes according to the gender and number also. Very good. Then we saw how it becomes a pronoun. So when there is no article, it becomes a pronoun. Then we have seen participle with the third he, but third he which is not a consonant. Now we'll look at the vocabulary, then we'll go to the sentences. These vocabulary are very simple, we know them. First one, bina. Bina means understanding or perceptiveness. So Naveen, we say, Naveen in our own languages, we have the name. Naveen. So Naveen is from that Veen is from Bina, understanding. So a person who is understanding is Been, Navina, so Bina. So Bina is understanding. We have also girls' names. Bina. Bina means understanding. Then Zedek. Zedek means righteousness. The other day we saw Zadak, that is adjective we saw, but here it is noun, righteousness. Okay, so sorry, Sadik we saw, and Zedek is righteousness. Sadak is verb to work righteously or to do righteous thing. Then we have Yesh. So look here, Yesh. Yesh we have already seen, and this Yesh is different. So here we have Yesh with the Aleph. Aleph is fire. Suppose here there is Yod, it will be there is. Suppose there is Yates, Yates will be tree. So from Yates, tree or wood, what we get is Yesh, fire. So Yates is tree, Yesh is fire. With Yod, Yesh is there is. Then Nabi, prophet. Bone, building. So Bone we have seen just now. Bone means building. Same like Ole, third one. Ole means going up. So Ola. So I think Ola is actually we have for movement or to go up and down. But Ola, I don't think they might have taken from Israel because Ola is Spanish. I think something to do with the Ola, hello, but I'm not sure whether they are taken from here or there. Then Nofel. Nofel means falling. So this is regular. Nofel, falling. Falling in terms of falling from a particular place. Objects falling from a particular place. Nofel. And so once again, Bina, understanding. Zedek, righteousness. Yesh, fire. Nabi, prophet. Bone, building. Ole, ascending or going up. Nofel, falling. Let's look at the sentences to apply the learning. They are very simple. Okay, first one I do, and second one maybe Mr. Kumar can do. Third one Father Jose will do. Then fourth one we'll do with Mrs. Karen. Fifth one with Terence, and sixth one with Joyce. Okay. Good, let me begin. Number one, Dal Khannabi Hadse Vayen Lo Lehem. We need not means don't be tensed or don't be stressed because very easily we can go, it's like a mathematics. Dal Khannabi Hadse Vayen Lo Lehem. Okay. So Dal means poor, adjective. Khannabi. Nabi is prophet. Khannabi, the prophet. Hazze. Ze means this. Ha. So here article is there, article is there. So it will be attributive. Clear. Then ver is and. Yen. This is a particle of existence. There is no. Lo. Again with the preposition with the suffix lo. Lehem. Let me translate. Poor. Khannabi Hazze. Hazze Khannabi, this prophet. This prophet is poor, and there is no to him bread, or he does not have bread. So I say, this prophet is poor because and he has no bread. Dal Khannabi Hazze Vayen Lo Lehem. Very good. Now let's go to Mr. Kumar, number 2.
Anasim.
Ha Anashim.
Ha Anasim. Ale. Ha Ale.
Ayelle.
Olim.
Very good.
Al.
Yel.
Sorry. Hel. A. Arim.
Very good.
A. Anashim.
Very good.
Ha Ale. Olim. Al. A. Arim.
Yel He Harim.
Sorry. Hel. A. Harim.
Yeah.
Hel. A. Arim. A. Anashim this the men.
Very good. Yelle
LA
ha
means those.
no, these.
Okay, sorry, these. Sorry, LA means these. Olim is going up.
Okay, first we'll finish it. These men are these are the men.
These are the men.
Are
Sorry,
you sure?
both are articles are there. These men
Okay. Yeah, these men. So article
These
is
men.
there. Articles are these men.
going.
These men are going.
These men are going. L is to the preposition.
L.
L. Sorry, L is to the preposition.
Very good.
Hey Harim is the plural mountains.
Okay. So together, the men,
The
these
men,
men.
these men are going to the mountains.
Super. These men are going to the mountains. Super. Thank you, Kumar. Father Jose.
Hannavim,
Very good.
Hayasharim,
Super.
Holakim,
Very good.
Bet Sadek.
Super.
Then Hannavim. Ha is the definite article.
Very good.
Navi means prophet. Since it is Navim, it is masculine plural.
Super.
So it would be like Hanavim, the prophets.
Super.
Then Hayasharim. Yashar. Yashar is just.
Very good.
Ha is the definite article. Then Yasharim. Im means masculine plural.
Okay.
So therefore, the just, that is Hanaim, Hayasharim. So article plus article, so it will be attributive.
Very good.
Like the just prophets.
Very good.
Holahim. Lahim. Holakim.
Holek is walking.
Walking.
Yes.
Holakim. So Holakim. The just prophets are walking.
Very good.
Then Bet Sadek. Sadek is Sadek, righteous.
Righteousness.
Righteousness.
Yes.
So Ba is a preposition that is meaning in.
In
So
righteousness.
therefore, the sentence would be the just prophets are walking in righteousness.
Very good, Father. So the just prophets are walking in righteousness. So it's like an idiomatic use. Like to walk in righteousness is to be righteous. Very good, Father.
Thank you.
Good. Let's go to Mrs. Karen, number 4. Dina. Number 4. Dina.
Dina
Mm.
va
Mm.
ha
Hokuma.
hokma
Yeah.
tovayot me
Tovot.
tovot mi zahar
Mizahav.
mi zahar.
Very good. Understanding. Dina is
Understanding,
very good.
understanding and wisdom
Mm.
are good.
Very good.
Me zahan
Mizahav. Zahav means gold.
it is better than gold.
Yes. So me here is
Better
preposition,
from
but
it's
it is
a
comparative degree. It becomes
comparative.
comparative degree. Okay. So how would you say, ma'am? Understanding and wisdom.
Understanding and wisdom are better than gold.
Very good. Understanding and wisdom are better than gold. Very good. So our professor taught this. He said understanding and wisdom, they are better than gold. But if you have gold, you can buy wisdom and understanding. But actually, gold is better always.
Corrected word.
Are you changing everything now?
Okay, ma'am. Good. Mr. Terence, number 5.
It's to be very difficult. Okay.
Okay, Hayesh.
Hayesh.
Nofelet.
Nofelet. Al. Habayit.
Very good.
Al Habayit. Asher.
Very good.
Um,
Eitzel.
Eitzel. Hekal. Hekal.
Very good. Eitzel, Hekal. Super. Very simple, means one by one you go ahead.
Yeah.
Hayesh.
Hayesh. Hayesh.
Yesh is fire. The fire.
Fire. Okay, fire. The fire.
Mm.
No slate. No slate.
No fail. Falling.
No fail. No fail is. No fail is what?
No fail. Falling.
Falling.
Coming down.
Falling.
Yes.
Okay. Falling. Al.
Very good.
Apayit is al means on.
On the
House.
On the house. Very good.
That.
There.
That was near the palace.
Is near. Very good. That is near the palace or the temple.
Temple.
Very good. So together, the fire is falling.
The fire is falling on the house that is near the temple or palace.
Very good. Okay. So now 6th one, Joyce and I will do together. Miss Joyce. Ha Anashim.
5th one also you have done it further.
Which
you
one?
And me only.
No, you did. Okay. Ha Anashim.
Ha Anashim.
Very good.
Bonim.
Bonim. Bayit.
Gadol. Bayit.
Hahi. Very good. So now let's do, ma'am. Ha Anashim. If you look here, Ha is the definite article. Anashim is noun. So the men. Okay. Bonim are building.
The building.
Okay. The men are building. What are they building? Bayit Gadol.
House.
They are building a big house. Bayir. In that city. So he is that. He in that city. Article, attributive. In that city. Okay. So here you look here. So earlier our Mr. Kumar asked about the object pronoun. But here look here. Ha Anashim Bonim Bayit Gadol. Here if you look at the sentence, Ha Anashim, the men, are building, the verb. What are they building? Bayit, object, house. But it doesn't have yet. So we may ask why it does not have object marker. So when there is indefiniteness,
indefinite
object marker. Okay, sir. Suppose if they have to say, the men are building the house, Habbayit, then it will be Yet Habbayit. So only when there is definiteness, we have object marker. Otherwise, it doesn't have an object marker here. Good. Very good. So that concludes our lesson 8. Thank you, ma'am, Mrs. Joyce. Good. So the other sentences you could do by yourself. And there is a key also available. Okay, maybe at this level I can tell that I will send you the key also. You can verify with the key. Okay. So now any doubt with the lesson 8? So lesson 8, only from lesson 9 onwards, we are going to see verbs. So from next lesson, we have 3 more days. 3 more days we'll have the first day we'll have perfect tense. That's a perfect. We have 2 tenses in Hebrew, perfect and imperfect. So we'll explain perfect tense, imperfect. That one form we'll explain. Other forms are means derived from there. So that way we can always make sense. That is the one form we are going to see verb. So from next week, from next day onwards, we are going to see verb. So we have completed the before verbal form. That's the 8 lessons. That just we will have a quiz. Maybe I will send a question paper. Just you try to answer and send me as you did earlier. We did for 4 lessons. So now for 8th lesson we will do. And one more test that will be the final test. That will be after. We will try to. Means I had aimed for 10 lessons. Maybe I think we are going fast and we are going well. We can finish even that 21st lesson. That is imperfect tense. I will take that also. And I will try to explain to you. And I will try to explain other grammatical parts like what is imperative, what is subjunctive. So how a particular word behaves in an imperative infinitive sense. I will introduce to the general grammatical category so that at least you are familiar with the grammatical categories. And the other things are only lexical entities. Just we can always replace with the words. With any dictionary or any Bible works, we can always make sense of a text. Good. Now ATC has published one Hebrew Bible and Greek Bible with the dictionary. So it's very good. Like some words are not clear, just they have so you can just run through the Hebrew Bible even without memorizing all the words. So that's a very good attempt. Earlier only they had the German print. Now we have Indian print as well. It's about 800 rupees. If you are interested, you could get from ATC. Very good.
It's an e-book for that, or it's a book?
No, it's a printed Bible. It's very good, very good. They have made it well.
Okay, sir.
Okay, good.
Is it available? Is it available in Chennai, Father?
Yeah, maybe there is a website, the gift, the joy of gifting. I will text you. You can order from there and they deliver.
Okay, Father. Thank you.
Okay. Good, very good. Any doubt with what we have seen so far? Lessons 1 to 8.
No. Father, we have to first revise, then we'll know our doubts.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Good.
Father, can you also share with us some other verses of the Bible, like how you showed us the Genesis 1:1 and how it differs in English?
Yeah,
English,
okay,
there
sure.
is that word when, which makes a difference. So since you have read, you will know many other verses which have like a difference.
Okay, ma'am. Sure, I will take note. I already I have just started collecting, but I have not finalized. Maybe I'll just make a list towards the end. I will give you at least the basic. No, for example, like some theological issues. For example, the virgin conceived or young woman conceived. So that has given our change the perspective about Mary. So that word in Isaiah, whether a virgin or young woman. So the Alma. So how it was ended in Greek and it became in English. So that's some theological concerning that also we'll see. And even in Greek also, for example, when Jesus says that to Peter, you are rock and on this rock I will build. So whether that rock refers to Peter or rock refers to the profession of faith. So the Protestant brothers, they say the church was built on the profession of faith, but Catholics say it was built on Peter. So all because of certain nuances in languages. Okay, maybe we'll try to take a list. Good. Very good then. So we'll wind up today. So thank you. So today we could do well and we could do fast, and because you are also able to now get into it. Good. Thank you. So if you have any doubt, kindly text me.
Thank you, Father.
Okay,
thank you, Father.
Have a nice day. Happy